half square triangles can be challenging to quilt with if you get too caught up in the angles and the points where they join. As you notice, this square has a line going in the opposite direction. So what I do is I take my ruler and I lay it in line with this half square triangle, and that goes right up here, and I've marked that line. So all I have to do is sew down here to here. So I'm going to put my presser foot just not quite 1/4 of an inch. I will start outside of the quilt. I have my walking foot, which I always quilt with, and of course my quilting gloves, can't go without it. Let me go ahead and get this first line of stitching in. And I'm just going to sew across everything, and then when I get to the next angle, that next corner, I want to be the same distance as I was up there. Just kind of spread your hands out like you're pressing, like you're ironing it with your hands. And we'll go to the next corner, and I generally go corner to corner. I go corner to corner because it allows me to set my hands and get the next area ready to quilt. And that way I can stop on or near a seam. You want to make sure you're nice and straight. I didn't quite make it the whole way, but that's okay. I'll stop with my needle down and just come right through here. What I want to do is line this up, this corner, with my next corner right here. And actually, I can see it well enough. All I'm going to do is put a mark here so I know that's my center point, and that's where I need to sew along. All right, so I'm at that seam. Now I'm going to go to the next spot where I have marked. This is the outside of my presser foot. That's not the sewing line. That's the line where the diagonal seam would be if it were there. And so I'm just going to maneuver myself right down to that point. And once you get this first line in, this is probably the one that's going to take the most time. So we just need to make sure that we are following the right line. And as I'm coming down here, this is the line I'm going to join up with right there. See how that goes through the center of this corner and then into the next one.